welcome back to Brighter Shores. We ran out of gnawed sheep ribs, which is perfect. 22 hours, 47 minutes still. 20 combs, 36,000 XP. Enough for level 26 Bone Right, where we can now perform Obscure Divination. You're just starting out as a diviner. Now, the question is, what is that? Where is that? How is that? Does it require things? I don't know. It's our first ever divination. And also we can't do that because we don't have a point, okay? Well, that's another situation to deal with. We have exactly 20% of a knowledge point. Oh, it's kind of not the time for that right now. For needing to get experience and train things. We really do want to just keep this going here, so we're gonna make it happen. Back to Hopeport. Oh, needing knowledge points. It's a constant battle out here, honestly. When we can make this next knowledge point, same way we got the previous one. Picking up rocks for the monument. Necessary. And good. Also want to just continue building up the monument with increasingly small bits of rock in large numbers. So that's all going to work out. But before we do that, I'm just going to sell the 2 other bone items that we made that we don't need. Where's the quartermaster? They're over here too, so that'll be fine. The real question is going to be what the next knowledge point is going to come from. Since we're currently working with not enough additional rocks needed, that we're going to actually get the next knowledge point. In terms of skills we want to train for quests, currently just have Bone Right here, and then Leather Worker and Merchant. We can do some of those. You see exactly how those interact with what we're doing for the passives too, so. But that is a worry for the next time we unlock another thing here. We're just gonna be at 32, and then 36. I think we need the actual dice as the item that we need for the quest, so we're going to need to unlock that one also. Basically we need another 4 points here, which is a little bit. We're already 21% here. Could make our lives easier and just go make some stews or something, but that's not really as useful, all things considered. Also, as we get more forager, we're gonna unlock more things in here too, so we're gonna need points for that also. It's a process. It's a process. But yeah. More levels, more things. Just keep getting higher levels here. Go and get over to where we need to pick the stuff up. It's right over here. And in here. Might even just aggro fight these ghouls here since they're not very strong. Might be easier than activating the invulnerability spell. But then another one will probably attack us. But we also get the invulnerability after we successfully fight somebody, so it kind of just works out. Depends how many of these we get. We got like 100 last time out of 300 total, so we're just gonna keep on collecting these. Get us up to 100%. And go over to the mine again for wherever divination's at. That'll work. That'll work. Oh, there's the knowledge point. Could put it on the macbeth and toast. That's not what we're gonna do. Need to put this on Obscure Divination. So we are back 1 that we need to get at some point. Obscure Divination get. Okay, perfect. Now we can go do whatever that is. But first, let us sell the bits here. See how many we have left for this next section. Stage 2. Still need over 100 of these, so that's at least something. Well, they'll get us some points. Okay. Let us teleport back to the mine. Or wherever. I think the I think the divination's down in this part of the mine. And look at the information on the passive stuff interface. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Back in the mine. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna need more of these points. Probably don't want to, like, actively train Bonewright currently. So I have to buy the bones and then do all the process with it. Get all the other wood pieces too. Probably not really what we want to do. For the stuff we can currently make, it's made of bones and wood pieces, so multiple requirements on that. Go do some detective stuff, I suppose. We'll see how we're feeling. Can also do combat. Technically an option. Anyways, let's get in here. The divination guy's down here. It is bones, passive, obscure divination, and a cave of the future. Yep. Okay. We also have saber-tooth cat skeletons that we can make for the next passive. That'll be something. Functionally, it is sit around and wait for 12 or 24 hours, but see if we need things is the real question here. Let's go with the vague. How's it going? It's you. You have finally arrived. You were expecting me? Oh, yes, yes, for years now. Long ago, the bones foretold you were the one who would replace me. Finally, I can retire. Eh? Replace you as what? As a local diviner. Goblins come to me when they are worried about the future. So I invoke some bones, which will yield a secret or two about what the future holds. But I know nothing about divining the future. Maybe, maybe not. If the bones like you, this is the right place to connect to the future. If you say so. Take a seat and we'll bring in one of the punters. Obscure divination. I'm gonna be incredibly vague about it. Shows up. I have invented a thing called a skateboard. Is it worth developing? I look at the bones. The bones have yielded their judgment. That will bring much joy to your life. Fantastic. Calm. And that gives us money and experience. We're just starting out. So I'm sure we're going to have all sorts of weird fortunes. Hopefully they're at least somewhat reasonable. Could get hilarious. Is it time to leave home? Let me throw some bones. Yeah. The meaning of the bones becomes clear. Look to the east. Yeah, could work. Leave to the east. There's Chronopolis over there. That's always something. Okay. So we're just gonna sit here for 24-ish hours. Should I apply to join the Hopeport Guard? I don't know about that. Let's see what the bones say. I didn't expect that, bull. That means there are worse things you could do. How very obscure. And they're paying us for this. Hilarious. Alright. We're gonna tell people's fortunes for a while here. Looks good. 23 hours and 18 minutes of obscure divination. 40,000 XP, 40 silver. Lovely. Well, that is 28 Bonewright. We can now fabricate 0 to 385 longbows, which we can't use. Sturdy, full-length bow, which we can't use. That's alright. And then we just keep going. Because the next Bonewright passive is at 32. Yeah, 2 more days of this. No inventory, getting paid, great stuff. 24 hours, pretty much perfect. almost exactly 24 hours for 41,000 more XP and 41 silver. 1-to-1, all that. Well, that is level 30 Bone Right. Now fabricate a 0 to 405 pole axe. Mixture of an axe and a spear. And also a mixture of, we can't use that. Brilliant. And then we wait again. Again, a full 24 hours. 41, 41. Well, that is level 32 Bone Right. Can now assemble rugged saber-toothed cat skeletons. There are stories about how these impressive felines roam remote areas to this day. Start this. Let's make plenty of money from all this. That's nice. Okay. So, problem with that, we actually can't, because we don't have the knowledge point. So we're just gonna get back out and foraging for monument pieces again. This is the last monument piece until 53. Okay. Should have enough left here to get the knowledge point, give or take. I think we can probably just finish the hefty monument pieces right here. Good enough an idea as any. We could get a different knowledge point for that. Anyways, gonna go get some rocks. Not in the mine though. Monument pieces, yeah. Here is the last of the stage 2 hefty pieces for the monument. Turn these all in. And repairing happens. Now it looks fancier. Lots of stages left for this though. That's stage 2 of 15. Another 300 substantial pieces. That is not until 53. Okay. Also did not quite get the knowledge point here, so we need to get 8% of something. What do I want to do for that? In terms of skills we still need for things, could do some leather working. I'll at least get it going here. I don't know. Leather worker or merchant? Those are both quite a bit of effort. Maybe not that. What are we doing for combat right now? Combat stuff. Tingled hair beasts. The plants here are the next higher level thing. Let's see if we can beat up a hair beast. Looks like we succeeded previously, so in theory we could get some XP here. Maybe even some drops. Levels of things are not quite 104. Let's see if we can make this happen. Could get specific equipment to more effectively deal with our enemies here. We'll see how it goes. We got our actually relevant amount of passive healing going, so that's great. I'm gonna win. It's close. Could maybe go with the one-handed. Could also possibly be an option. How are these guys? You're immune to Tempeste. Okay, so answer to that question is no. You will not be done with that. Close. Close fight there. Wow. Okay. Maybe not our best matchup here. Yeah, it's fine. Range attack. Range attack. Okay. If we win, we win. Could technically use a potion, but then we wouldn't have a potion. Have to go make another potion. We only have our fancy 35% potions on us, so it's not perfect by any means. Ow! I got 105 there. Oh, we lost. Not too surprised about that. Okay. Well, we still need 3% more of stuff. Let's go make a few soups, whatever. It's fine. Technically, it would be more valuable to go do something that actually matters, but it's fine too. Let's buy like 7%, 3%. We can get 10, that's fine. That'll be more than enough. Some more chef XP. Well, 25 soups here still. It's not fantastic by any means. What's the next reasonable chef thing? We buy vegetable stew at 63. So we're getting there. Almost ready to get way better XP. If we wanted to do more chef stuff for some reason. At any rate. In terms of all our skills, we got some that are definitely lower still. Let's see what we need for things. Yeah, this is definitely going to get us the knowledge point here. Also did unlock another thing we're going to need another knowledge point for. From the gatherer. Forager. There is Slippy Sea Slugs, which needs a knowledge point. Want to do more foraging. So, that's something we're going to worry about later. We're also going to need to get 2 more in the bone right department for the divination and the dice, which we need for that. Then we need to actually make a dice. It's going to take like an hour. Slightly awkward, but we can deal with it. We're definitely going to need to do some active training at some point here. Presumably in merchant and leatherworker, or just determine which of these is more worthwhile to worry about. Not doing the passives. Anyways, there's the saber-toothed cat skeleton. We're getting there. Somewhat. Sell those. Teleport back to the mine. Oh, look where we need to make these skeletons at. Okay. And also if we need any supplies. What if they just have the skeletons there, we're just assembling it? I think that might be how it is. Well, we'll see. Once we get back to the mines here. We'll be doing this for a few levels at least. That'll be good. Okay. It's in the Cave of the Past. Oh, the Cave of the Past is over here. That is an inconvenient location, honestly. Almost closer. It's almost closer to the Hope Forest connection, honestly. Be less inconvenient. Let's do that. And get through here into the mine again from the other way. There are many locations, many teleports, many routes. Whatever. Okay. Let's head through here. See if we can juke the Wendigos. You're really only level 26. I'm going to... I got a little health I have. Just bonk him. Win. At a certain point, it's faster to just fight than it is to... Give me that. Want that hair piece? Probably not. Frozen hair. That's for something we were doing previously here. Okay. We can get in the mine from this one. It's another exit, at any rate. To the mine. And to mine. And then, right over here. Better than to go all the way through the mine, past the floor tentacles. Ever an inconvenience to deal with. Here we are. Let's see what we need to do here. Fossil assembly. We've dug up a huge pile of rugged saber-toothed cat bones. Pay you 11 copper for each skeleton you can assemble. Okay. So we put the bones on here. Just throw the bones on individually. Wild. That's all the bones there. And there's a skull. 11 XP, 11 money. Perfect. No requirements. Profitable. No required items. Works for me. We'll do this for a while. 21 hours and 53 minutes. Just about 43,000. Everything. Well, that is level 33 bone rate. Only got one level that time. One more level for the next unlock. How close are we? We are getting there. Alright. We do technically have some things we could go make with the bone rate. I'll be alright. We get to 36 here. 35 and almost there, then make a few things. Yeah. Or we can keep making these more. For free. You can get paid to do it. That's also an idea. I guess we also get paid for the divination. It'll be more experience. We also don't have the passive point right now. For the knowledge point, so. Whatever. We'll figure that out later. In like 24 hours. 23 and a half hours of skeletons. 46,000 XP. Pretty good. Level 35 bone rate. Can now fabricate a 0 to 425 heavy crossbow. 35, that means next level. So we get the next bit here. We're at almost 36 here. So we're going to dip into this a little bit extra. Doesn't mean we're going to need another knowledge point here. Worry about that when we need to worry about it. 24 more hours for 47,000. Both. That is all 37 bone rate. Leveled all the way past the 36 required for clouded divination. You're still somewhat faking your divination prowess at the moment. Okay. Of course, that would actually require us to unlock that, which is another one on the list of things we need a knowledge point for. We're up to 3 at this point. It's not great. Yeah, we need to get a knowledge point for that. And now is not the time for getting a knowledge point, unfortunately. So what we're gonna do is go see some leatherworker or merchant activity. Leatherworker, passive, key rings in the household. We might need scraps for that though. Merchant, passive, white leather offcuts. Oh, that's right. So let's go do the merchant passive. Small scales of leather have their uses for the other thing. Yep. Okay. That's at the outer market. That is kind of right over here. Perfect. Teleport to Krampus Market. Let's see if we get enough offcuts to supply ourselves for the leatherworking passives, though. Let's be another situation. But there's other merchant stuff. Or something. Or something. Go. It's the... That's burglar then. There's the leatherworks area. Okay. Yeah. Soap, olives we need for a different thing or something. Deer offcuts at 35. And then for leather worker stuff. Hailbeast leather. White cow leather. Buffalo leather. No, passives. Wall panel upholstery. Pouches. Pet collars. Okay. Leather offcuts. Use some basic white leather offcuts to help out my stall. Just gonna stand here, and we get basic white leather offcuts. Okay. That'll work. We get ourselves some leather, I guess. And we'll worry about knowledge points next time here. 24 hours of standing here. 21.6 stacks of this, 38,000 XP. Well, that is level 22 merchant. We can now trade the Summerview grapes. These need a lot of sunshine to grow well. Okay. It's another thing for here. It's also for alchemy or something. Cool, cool, cool. Start that. Go put this leather in the leather place. Look at what we need here. Bone stuff. Passive. We need 2 of them, so we need 200%. Okay. What are our options here? What can we do? We need to also note that there's a new quest here. We'll do that later. 4-star, so should be reasonable levels. Probably. I already did the Rapid Inheritance, so probably gonna have a getting stuff level for that, but more about that later. Work on the bone stuff. We could do a few things, but don't need to. This one we need leather worker and merchant. Let's see what's some merchant stuff. Do you want to do merchant stuff right now? For 200% knowledge points. Feels like a lot of work right now. I don't know about that. What are we feeling? What are we feeling? We need to get knowledge points. That's what we need to do. This is a merchantin. Is there a easier merchant? There's all the guild contracts. It's pretty much the only active merchant option. We could do the leather working. That's also an option. Or something else entirely. Also an option. Some detective stuff. Spam thieves. Crime dens. What would crime dens be like? We also get some combat experience, which might be helpful. Not gonna help us with our current goals, but useful for the future, perhaps. I don't know. Just want something easy enough. Let's see the burglars' crime dens here. It's right over here. Okay. Let's see if we can even do those. It's an idea. This way. Okay. And what kind of knowledge points this will get us. That's also an important part. Okay. What are we working with? What are we getting? What are we doing? Bust into here. Switch your door. They're level 74. That should be reasonably doable. We're level 103. As long as we can effectively win, it's good enough for me. Starting at 8% of a knowledge point. Some comic XP, get some detective XP, something. Looks like we have a very convincing win here. 3% for that. Whether or not it is quicker or slower than anything else. It's something. That trains multiple things. Okay. And we just run back and forth between these two buildings here. Taking these guys out. 3% per guy down. Let's see if we get bonus percentage for finishing the crime den here too. This could get us somewhere. Probably. Maybe. 5 guys per thing. That takes a little bit. $3,000 combat XP though. What should we need for a level? XP for the next level, 60,000. So a couple. Unlock this 109, so that's a while. Don't worry about that. 11, 14, 17. Should get us to 20-ish% knowledge point. Yep. And then the last one. What was the next here? So we're at 20. So we get us to 23 with just the combat XP, and then another chunk for the detective XP. Or something. Combat's not the best way to get knowledge points, I think, but it's something. XP. Crime den raid complete. For another chunk of speed there. Yeah, 23%. Eh, could be worse. Running back and forth through here. Get ourselves some stuff. We probably just also just not even do stuff, let them just attack us. That would also work. Okay. Let's get 200% here, I guess. Got 200%. Now I'm leaving. Wanna leave? Let's go. I'm just gonna just be 3 guys in here until later. Anyways, clouded divination. Check. And now we can go do that. Teleport to the mine. Got 100% left for the next one. This will be perfect. We just need to make probably just 1 dice. Unfortunately, that's gonna take an hour, but again, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. It's probably not even the last bit of this quest, based on the number of things left in it. Also, we will worry about that later. Let's see if our divination answers are more insightful here than the first ones. Once we actually get here in the mine. It's right next to the teleport, so that's nice. Okay. Here we go. Okay. We'll do this. 2 days, get 40, make the dice, do the next bit. Okay. That's not this one. It is this one. Okay. Okay. Do it. Let's see what the first guy says. What do we got? Can we trust the kobolds? We throw the bones. Unsurprisingly, the bones say there are no wrong answers. How very insightful. Amazing. And there's the first time bonus. Nice. About 23 hours, 47,000, both of the things. Our divination continues to work nicely. Level 39 bone rate. Can now fabricate a 186 to 445 truncheon. So this is the second level of the weapons, I suppose. No, that would be useful all the way to 445. We are nowhere close to that level though, so it's fine. Technically, we could go and make the things and probably get closer to the level. So we need 7,000 speed, so even just making the 4 things here is not going to get us to 40. But also doing more Collider Divination right now, going as far as we can, will stop us from needing to buy more bones or just get the more bones to make the knickknacks, as many as we're going to need to. This pays us, and until we hit 40, we get full XP. Presumably we'll get the full experience for the entire passive training part here. Whatever. One more day of bones. Well, one more day of this. 21 hours here. Getting the extra hour time working here. 43,000, etc., etc. That is 41 bone rate. Can now carve dice knickknacks. Some of these might be weighted. So there's that. Stop here. Okay. Good enough. Good enough. Set up. Ish. And to head over to the Boneworks. We do have the point we need here for activating the dice. Let's see how this works exactly here. So first we need to just get up there. Past the tentacles. Use the fact that somebody's fighting one, we can just run straight past. Super convenient. Love to see it. Okay. And then over here. Previously, in Bone Rite passives, we made some combs. And then we came up here and sold them. Potentially. Items. I don't really have the stuff from it. That's alright. I think we sold the combs here. At any rate, we can now go and activate this knowledge point reward. See other ones up here. There's the dice knickknacks. Continue. And then of course we need the bone to make the knickknack. Knickknacks, bones, we need a yellowing sheep rib. Previously had a gnawed sheep rib. This is 117 in order to get that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, nowhere close to that. A yellowing sheep rib. We wouldn't have had that available either, so. Let's go purchase a singular yellowing sheep rib over here. Convenient that the bone seller is right here. Don't need future items. Sheep ribs. Yellowing. Sheep hasn't been using it for a while. This sheep rib. 8.4 silver. Amazing. Okay. Now we just need to convert this into a bone dice. Right here. Make the entire bone dice. Is it about an hour? Like 66 minutes or something? Whatever it is, we got enough time here. Well scheduled, well planned. Let's get our first one-time bonus XP here. We can also go and make all the other bone things here while we're here. Because we have the supplies, I think, to make the entirety of the other active items here. All 4 of these. So that could be something. One paradise coming up. Out of sheep ribs. There you go. 1 hour and 6 minutes. Perfect. 1,200. Done. Okay. So we've got our dice here. Perfect. Let's make all the things that we need to make. Since we're here. Why not? You know, longbow, a poleaxe, a heavy crossbow, and a truncheon. Femur shards, juniper staves, goat horns, oak poles, juniper, oak. We need heavy crossbow and a poleaxe. Juniper, oak, more juniper and femur shards. And a poleaxe needs you. Okay, sure. Let's grab some of the bones. Some of the bones. You, juniper, oak. 3 juniper. Which one? Oak poles. Pine poplar swab. You. There we go. Could probably make something with some of these. I don't know. Longbow, poleaxe, heavy crossbow, truncheon. Truncheon. Here's a poleaxe. Make one of those. We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen here. Okay. So all these different pieces. Some of these are just, you get a pile of stuff, wait 24 hours, and there you're good. It's something. It's something. If there's not any more quest requirements, we're not going to probably do much more bone right currently. Kind of unnecessary. And we got here. One of those. One of those. Put the crossbow there. Heavy crossbow. You got a 200 range workbench to make a heavy crossbow. 100 melee. 200 melee. 200 range workbench. 4 cracked femur shards brewed. Okay. Truncheon and longbow. Make a longbow here. This is a recurve bow. That's not it. This is the longbow. Okay, make the longbow. Okay. Good enough. Good enough. Let's see what we need for the other 2 bits here. We need to make a poleaxe. Done. We need to make the truncheon and the hip crossbow. That's gonna be here for the heavy crossbow. That's a special one. We can actually save that for doing something, maybe. Crossbow, it needs maybe another one of these, and then 4 of the femur shards. So we need 3 femurs and a U for that. Let's go get that. Grab that one at a time here. For those. You got more femur shards in here? Yep. That should be good. That's all of those. We collected the exact number we needed for that, so it should kind of work out. Juniper staves. Okay. Can't tell what it really is from the picture there. Crossbow. Timberbank. Timberbank. Juniper staves. That one? Maybe. Got some of the other 2 too. It's one of those. It's one of those. It's this. Heavy crossbow. There we go. Fabricate it. Then we just need to make a truncheon. Okay. We just throw everything else back into storage. Be great. Okay. This is a 205 level weapon. That's pretty good. Still working on the ability to actually do stuff with these, but we're getting there. I think that's what we're currently doing. Or something. Alright. One-handed melee workbench. Make a quarterstaff recurve spear. That's not right. This is just not the right this. Two-handed melee workbench? Question mark. Where's that recurve spear? This is not the right stuff. Make a truncheon. What's that? I guess we need the second tier truncheon. And that uses gray goat horns and rugged oak poles. Okay. These rugged oak poles? Yep. Let's get this done while we're here. 4 gray goat horns. We're in 43, which we don't have. 4 gray goat horns. 4 gray goat horns. 4 gray goat horns. 4 gray goat horns. Trade. Goat. These crooked goat horns. Not the right one. We need the gray goat horns. Also work for things we're not even able to use. We got the rare though. 205 is wildly higher than our current level. So that's also something we could have considered. Anyways. Put these in here. Make this happen. And that will be finished on this front. Alright. And then it's back down here. Just need to bring it to the podium cave, essentially. Got my stuff. Make a truncheon. A little experience for all this, too. That's something. Melee with the correct one. Truncheon. There we go. How much are these level 205 things worth? 3 silver. Yay. How much is the rare one worth? 12 silver. We've definitely been making some money from all the passive stuff that's actually valuable and getting us there. 2.5 gold. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. That was made uncommon. Good enough. That's it all. Deposit all. And make our way to the Cave of Illusions. We'll just teleport to the lower section of the mine. Let's avoid having to run past the floor tentacles. Okay. This makes everything easier. Okay. We do still go back. That's bah. Bah. We only have to go past one tentacle, and it all worked out. Everything's fine. Yeah, there's still multiple pieces of this. So we're not sure if we're really quite done yet. We'll see. We can get across more of these pieces here. This is the receptacle that needed the bow and dice. It's already active. This one's active. It's active. part where we at here? Turn this one. This one doesn't turn. Okay. Turn this one. It's not gonna do anything. Investigate this one. Very active. You really get further. Use item. No. Investigate a receptacle in the podium cave. Instruction that reads bone dice. We can't get to any of the other receptacles currently. Should already have things in it. I have to be able to get that way or something. Puzzle reset lever. Put everything back to how it's supposed to be. Shouldn't require us to get the things again, hopefully. Okay. Right, active, yeah. Turn it. Uh-huh. Investigate here. Bone dice. This is what I need, bone dice. Use item on bone dice. There you go. And we can turn this one. That's why it wasn't connected like that. Investigate this receptacle. This reads coarse flint. Okay. It reads coarse flint. What do we need for that? That is going to be a mining situation. Coarse, deathstone, rugged flint, coarse basalt, coarse flint. Really? The level 0 version? Alright, it's fine. That's wildly easier than the previous system. Sure. They only use a fraction of this dice. Looks like it. Okay, can we get coarse flint from somewhere easy? That's all the way up there. We'll just buy it from the shop. Might even have it in storage here. Timber or ingots. I don't think we would have any extra coarse flint lying around, actually. We will just attack by a floor tentacle and then stay in combat even though they can't attack us anymore. Yeah. Past immunities. Leave. Coarse flint. Let's go get it. This we can even just buy from the shop. Other things you can't buy from the shop, so they have the level requirement, so that's fine. Coarse flint. You guys looking for? Iron ore, shanirium, nope. Be the ore guy. We need the rocks guy. Flint. Coarse flint. There you go. In terms of quest items, we're not making as much progress. Who knows how many more things we're gonna need to put on here. Could be a lot. We will see. Until it stops us again. Just keep putting stuff on. In terms of other levels here in the mine, we're at 37 and 20, so reasonable chance we could possibly make some of the things that it's wanting us to get. In theory. So we put the dice. Turn that. Use item, coarse flint. Perfect. We can turn this one. Get to here. Investigate this one. It says already active. Turn this one. Okay, connect back to here again. Investigate here. Shinerium necklace. Okay. Shinerium necklace. Circlet? Bangle? Locket? Earrings? Shinerium jewelry pendant? Locket? A locket is like a necklace. Shinerium locket? Maybe. I'm gonna spend another. I mean, did it even. How much did this do? How much is in here? 0.99? Let's say like one chunk of it, maybe. Let's go make a singular bit of a Shinerium necklace, maybe. Okay, it's gonna be a locket. A locket, earrings, pendant. Shinerium jewelry necklace is here. Level 60 blacksmith? That could be brutal. It does say necklace. Ah, 60 blacksmith required. Oof. Okay. And is that the other one that doesn't help us get anything here? Yeah. We would benefit from doing stonemason. 60. Oof, that's a lot. Okay. There's the necklace. We need to get through 5 more of these. Just grabbing all the different passives. Okay. Well, now we know. That's something. Let's go and put some stuff away here. Set our next course of action here. 60 blacksmith. Level requirements all over the place, honestly. I didn't need the other chunk of this dice, so at least we know that now. That's something. Sell the rest of this. Trade. Sell all. Okay. And then we'll teleport to Hopeport. Store and sell the things we made here, I guess. 60. Well, that is a higher requirement. Not that the higher levels really seem to actually be particularly higher level. Still like getting like 2 levels per day from the passive training, so yeah. It's something. It's something out here. That would be, we need to get 23 more levels in blacksmith before we can do that. And figure out where we're gonna get all those additional passive points. Okay. Go away. Deposit that. Sell these. Okay. And we also do have the other newer quest here if we want to look at that. That's 4-star. We're currently doing something that's 5-star. So in theory, it could have lower requirements that we could potentially start working on. 55, 50, and now 60 requirements. Oh boy. It's here we might need specifically higher level here. I could definitely see us needing to do some forager for this quest. Let's go set ourselves up for some level of success in blacksmithing here. We're passively making still the first Shinerium jewelry, potentially. That's at the Gnome Forge, which is up on that side. Head jewelry, size for small heads. Okay. That means we do need to go to the southern section and then to the other section. That'll work, more or less. We're doing... It's going to be Shinerium for blacksmith. That's going to be ore side. We could also technically mine some of this, but... Mining here, passive. We're at Alabaster right now. Glitter Stream Shinerium. It's higher level. Trade here. Shinerium. This is this one for 20 to 26. Soft glow. And this one is for 32 to 49. I think we do need this higher level Glitter Stream Shinerium. That's at 42 minor. If you want to do that. What's our minor at? 39? We almost could try to get some of this ourselves here. Passive mining situation up to 42. Get that to turn it into... Get through some more of that. How long do we need the Shinerium here, though? We go straight to silver here, and then back to Shinerium. Then different Shineriums and silvers and etc. Should probably look at the exact requirements in there. Would be a reasonable time to work on the mining passive then. That's not a terrible idea. Get some levels in other things that are actually going to be helpful. Could be an idea. Going to obviously make it take longer, but actually getting through this Glitter Stream Shinerium levels of mining and actually having it be useful instead of doing it later and then not having a use for it because we already passed it on the blacksmithing side of things. That's probably the better solution. White Alabaster. That is... There's like Goblin Cave. Wow, that's far away from both teleports here. Great. Let's go from here, I guess. Like, what side? It might be on the northern side. Sure, we'll find out. Okay. Let's get over there. Start mining. I think I will go ahead and check out the new quest next. Instead of going straight for 60 blacksmith in here. See if it gives us more options of things we can do for active training to get knowledge points and stuff too. We go this way, can we? Bridges and all that. We could see if it's on the south side. Might not be the worst plan. We'll run around. Oh yeah. Haven't looked at the requirements, but I fully expect some forager stuff. If it gets high enough, we'll be able to do the next monument beast, but that seems unlikely currently. Would we want to do any active blacksmith training? Probably not. A lot of effort. Getting all the different pieces. It's kind of annoying. Here's the white alabaster. Should be the current active passive mining system for at least a bit here. I'll give you some time to get ready for the next bit here. Okay. We'll mine this, then go check out the new quest. See what that might require from us. And probably get back towards working for 60 blacksmith eventually. Next time. Goodbye.